Welcome back once again to the Directorate. In between episodes, I have built some or ordered the building of some armies here in Indonesia, as well as some in India to bolster our colonial forces. We also need to add some forces here to Australia eventually, or our part of Australia, and I hope one day to invade Sorao, but they are allied with France, which is a strange alliance. We could invade them. They have it would be better to have this line going straight through Australia, but we have most of the desert and the places where no one lives. That could be good. I look better on the map anyway. It's a straight line as the dividing force. Oh yeah, here they are. Or the guys that something happened to last session or last episode, and that I couldn't really figure out who it was. They are over here. They are the Maori or something like that. They are cool people. Cool people. Oh, Kiribati, we can colonize that. No one has done that. Maybe they don't have money for it. And Tahiti, sure. I mean, if it's free, then yeah, sign me up. The Belgian Confederacy has managed to get Hawaii, which is pretty hilarious, since they are all the way over here and will have to travel through the Panama Canal, which, well, they have built. All right, Belgian Confederacy, you're doing much better than I anticipated. You have the Great Lakes region, except for some of the shores here that belongs to Plantagenet. And Vinland, you are living, well, you have places where no one lives. Let's be honest. You have Vinland itself, sure, and these places, but you don't have the ones over here. Well, I mean the ones over here in Canada proper, so to speak. And New Brunswick and Maritimes, I assume this is the name of... I think this place is called New Brunswick and the Maritimes. Something like that. Anyway, this place, and Newfoundland, people from there will not be pissed that they are not Canada proper. Or maybe they won't. Maybe they will be happy. I don't know. I don't know Canada. I mean Canada. So I will just shut up now. Anyway, we have some more African troops to build. We have some mobile artillery at least to bolster up these forces here, because they have lacking 2. So we should just add them whenever I find someone that is willing, which might take a while. Well, they were lacking what exactly? 2 mobile artillery. That's fine. We have 1 over here. They are ready to join us. And over here, we're ready to join us. There we go. We're done with Africa. Let's move forward with time and see what happens. I'm quite well, I guess that answers it. France will kick Aragon's ass once again, and Italy... Aragon can never manage to do anything properly. It's rather disgusting to see. I am disappointed. Though the Nubian Confederation, the Confederacy of Danubia, they are looking mighty beautiful. They only lack like 3 German nations to complete their conquest of well, what was essentially a bunch of independent small German states, and they could prove to be troublesome in the future. Their diplomatic game, however, is a bit lacking. They have the Commonwealth, which is good, but other than that, they don't have any major players, and the Commonwealth is not a major player. They are only 12th in the world. They are a civilized nation, which is a good thing, but beyond that, they're not doing extraordinary. Also, everyone is civilized nation. What's the secondary power? So there's no secondary power in the world. There's only great power and then civilized nations. I never noticed that. That's interesting. Korea is a fascist dictatorship as well. On these guys, yeah, they are Peru and everything. They're doing pretty good. Also fascist dictatorship. So we have in the top in the world, we have the Directorate of Anvers, which is a fascist dictatorship. The British Commonwealth, a republic. The Belgian Confederacy, a republic. The Nubian Confederation, a parliamentary monarchy, the first monarchy on the list. Then we have the Scandinavian Republic. So far in top 5 with these 3 republics, they are doing really great for themselves. Then comes the first communist in Russia. In Japan, we have the second fascist. Then Plantagenet, which is a parliamentary monarchy. Frankfurt am Main at 9th place, holy crap, a republic. Tawantinsuyo, fascist dictatorship, doing pretty well for themselves. Then we have the Commonwealth, parliamentary monarchy. France, presidential dictatorship, the first on the list. Korea, fascist dictatorship. Qing Empire, absolute monarchy. Italy, constitutional monarchy. Bohemia Moravia, republic. San Marcos Republic, as the names would suggest, it is actually a republic. Hungary, a constitutional monarchy. Munster, theocracy, first theocracy on the list, big points there. Hesse-Darmstadt, parliamentary monarchy. Bengal, republic. The Bengal is also under our sway. I also heard some calls to absorb Bengal into the greater Burgundian/Directorate Empire. But at the same time, Bengal is pretty hilarious because they're the first time I've seen an Asian nation, which, unless you want to call Ottoman Empire an Asian nation, which you could. Also, Asian nation is really fun to say, for no reason at all. They are the first I've seen that have taken colonies over here. Like, at most I've seen once, maybe once, where Russia has taken something. And Ottomans have managed to do something decent in Africa in like a regular or HPM game. Maybe once per every 20 games I've played. But I've never seen Bengal or any of these nations over here in Asia at all to have managed to do that. And that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I'm happy for them. And let's pick behaviorism. Do we have anything cool here? No, these guys are just blah blah blah. Presidential dictatorship now. Lotharingia is a fascist dictatorship. And beyond that, there's nothing really interesting. No, Flanders? Where is this? Oh, it's the Boer nation. Boer nation. We have the Cape Republic, which is ours. They are actually fascist dictatorship now. And then we had... How are these so much better than everyone else around them? They actually have a decent industry. No, actually, I looked in the other way around. They have good prestige. Their industry is terrible. Absolutely god-awful. But they should really combine into one massive nation. Also, now they're at war here. Who is conquering them? Tanskap. Are you actually going to take them over? Annex Xhosa? Well, seems like it's finally something happening over here in south of Africa. And in the middle of Scandinavian Africa, Katsembe is free. And in the middle of ours, we have two nations that are free, civilized nation both, and thus they are out of our reach. Or at least as far out of our reach that we are willing to go. We get Suez Canal dividends, and now we can finally colonize a bit over here in Polynesia. Let's see. Well, we have to click over here, I guess. There we go, create a protectorate. And they are now part of the colonial Tahiti region, which consists of how many people? We actually have a pretty large population. Like, you look at Rhineland, 2 million people, and Brabant, 1.96 million. Pretty cool. Well, there's only 2.7 thousand people. Burgundian Indian Ocean, though, 189 people living on this Doisen Island. Doisen. I want to find that. Doisen. No, that's an I, you idiot. And that's an O. Doisen. There we go. Oh, right. Over here. And a lot of people have immigrated as well. I feel bad for people left on this island. I feel really bad, actually, for the people living here. So many people have immigrated. And now they have immoral business. Which doesn't help things. Some people have arrived. Some people. They're mostly African minor now, living here. Some Rhenish people. That's cool. Speaking of demographics, how is the demographics of our fair nation? Well, the biggest category in our nation would be others. Others is a multi-ethnic group that somehow band together due to feeling left outside everyone else's ethnic group. So they kind of, you know what, are you alone? I'm alone too. Let's not be alone anymore. And they form together. So they are a new ethnic group. It's pretty fascinating to see. Then we have the Burgundians. 13.9% of the people are Burgundians, which is fairly low for our vast nation. Then Awadhi, Dutch, Bihari, Tamil, Marathi, Kanawiji, Javan, African Minor, Yoruba, Provençal, Rhenish, blah blah blah, and so on. There's a lot on this list. And then we also have like this as other. Honestly though, Other is, like African minor is about the same as others anyway. You could call other instead Burgundian miners, because that's essentially the same thing. The people are currently mostly worried about landed voting. It's the biggest issue. People really want to vote for some reason. When it comes to religion, 38% is Protestant, and then we have 35% Hindu, the biggest groups. A slight plurality of Protestants, though Hindu is not far behind, and then we have Sunni, animist, and very, very few Catholics. Very, very few. Very, very few. The biggest workforce is farmers, followed by laborers and craftsmen. And beyond that we have artisans and soldiers, and then the ones that are not really supposed to be that high. We have no slaves, very few officers actually, which we probably should fix up a few more of, though it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Ideology 51% conservative, though as I mentioned before, that includes everyone that is, like if we... Can we select only people who are in the proper states? No. If we look at these people that would actually vote, it's not that much conservative. It's more the people who are over here in Bihar and stuff. They are really influencing the conservative vote, yet they don't get to vote. So too bad for conservatives. Too bad. Well, I guess that's all you can see here on the population screen. How is it going for the rebellions? Have they managed to get any support? No. Nothing more than they had before. So no panic there. No panic at all. We have our armies ready now, so we can split them up. There. And same thing with these fellas. There we go. We would be ready for a big fight if one were to come. France is now at war with the new Chinese... What? The new Chinese Empire. Wait, no, I need to read that again. Did it say the new Chinese Empire? It did say the new Chinese Empire. Huh. Where is the new Chinese Empire? And why is it called the new Chinese Empire? This is not it. This is not it. Not it here either. It doesn't seem to be in China. So for being a new Chinese empire, it's fairly non-Chinese. What? New Chinese empire? What are you talking about? Oh! Oh! Alright. I see what's happening. It's... oh, alright. That's an interesting twist. Fascists have taken over the Chinese colony in America, the new Chinese empire. Right. Alright, we have the Treaty of Paris. That took a long time. If you remember from last episode, we did dismantle France, and now apparently we can take over the colonies. Don't know how many colonies they have. I actually am uncertain whether they have any at all. So, will this be worth it? Oh god! Jesus, what have we done? We have murdered France. Holy shit. That's what you get for messing with us. Right. French colonies. Just gonna take a look and see if I can find any French colonies. Will it be worth taking any infamy for this? Maybe not. We have lost the war, and like vultures, the victors have descended upon us. No interest in their colonies. Well, if I knew what the colonies were, I might be interested in them. But as far as I can tell, they don't have any. Or maybe they just have one or two that is really far away and no one gives a shit about. Whew. Tough decision. Right. 50% chance of gain any province from... 4 infamy. We might as well. Not sure if we will get anything, but if we do, only 4 infamy, and we were really close at reaching 0 anyway, so we might as well. Brandenburg has escaped from the popular Bohemian Republic, which has transcended now from being fascist to being communist. And the Nubian Confederation is attacking Scandinavia in a brave attempt at, I'm assuming, liberating Holstein. An interesting move. And over here, there's a lot of war between Eastern European nations. Polish-Lithuanian restoration of order to the Belorussia. So it's Russia, Belorussia, and Crimea fighting against, well, the Commonwealth. It's actually a fairly even match if you look at the score itself, 451 to 440. So really close. Really close match. It will be interesting to see who will be victorious. But France is now completely and utterly destroyed. We've managed what the king could never manage. We defeated the French, destroyed the French utterly. They will never be a threat to us again. And we didn't lose to popular demand or rebels or whatever. We have managed pretty decently actually to avoid all of that. So yeah, that's another feather in the hat for the director. Illyria wants an alliance again, sure. We'll go for that. Have they grown any teeth, all of these rebels? They have not. There's a lot of popular support for them still, but no teeth. And now we can conduct a census, which we will do. Alright, we have peace with Italy and we have peace with France. We don't have peace with Occitania. They do like us because we managed to liberate them, but we could declare war on them if we lowered our relationship with them. And then we can take Languedoc. And hopefully do it so very swiftly. I like that idea. Sure, we could be friends with them, but who wants to be friends with Occitania? They don't even exist, at least not this day. I mean, as a cultural region, sure. But, yeah, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. This nation was not supposed to be... Neither was actually Burgundy, but still. In that case, like Burgundy and Occitania do have quite a lot in common, in that both of them were cultural regions, whatever you want to call it, and now are part of France. And never really got their independence, whatever you want to call it. Occitania was never really a country in that sense, as far as I know. But still, we do have something in common against the French. But we still want their land, so fuck it. Well, we have 60 in relation with them. We should probably send some men to... What? Why did you lose some... Oh, yeah, there were those two. Alright, we will get some mobile artillery in Europe. It's fine, it only takes 2 seconds. We have a lot of armies here ready to take its place anyway. There we go. See? See, Aragon, if you had just waited, you would have seen that things will work out for you. Occitania has 7 brigades, that's all. Apparently the British Commonwealth is friendly towards them, and so is also the Belgian Confederacy, which will make this fairly interesting. Will anyone join in against us? Like, if the British Commonwealth join in, it will be annoying, frustrating perhaps. No big deal though. They actually don't have that many ships. We can harass them at sea, blockade them, and that will be it. I still really like their flag. I really do. It's pretty glorious. I do like the whole English flag, Scottish flag, and then we have the Irish all together. They're missing... Like, it should be on the background of the Welsh dragon to really add in everything, every part of the British Commonwealth. That would be really cool. I will like a petition to redo the UK flag into this flag, or something similar to it. Or they could have no, that would actually look pretty stupid. Like having the English flag in one corner, like having 4 squares. Then in the top left we have the English flag, then with the Scottish flag to the right, then to the bottom row we have the Irish flag or Northern Irish flag, and then we have the Welsh dragon. Cool stuff. Alright, we will go for acquire state, which will be a maximum 11 infamy. Hopefully much less. I say that, hoping I didn't jinx it. We'll see. We have a lot of craftsmen in certain places. A lot of them. We even have unemployed craftsmen in some areas. Should really fix our our stuff. Open more factories and everything. Let's see here. Alright, Spain is having some issues. They are proletarian dictatorship and now they have, I'm assuming, fascists and Jacobin rebels. That's interesting. Hopefully, or maybe they can beat that back. The Nubian Confederation is actually involved in quite a few wars at the moment, though I'm pretty sure they can handle it. Though Scandinavia has managed... Oh, 8.1. I've seen better. I've also seen much worse. Mission to Occitania. I mean, you don't really need it to happen fast as long as it happens. 120 days is fine to wait. It's fine. Burgundian citizens attacked in Villanagar. No, that's unacceptable. An outrage, some would say. Though they are our friends, we don't need to mess with them too much. Like, this will end our alliance with them and everything. This one will actually also end our alliance with them. And we want an alliance with them. We want to have good relations with them, so... They can attack our citizens a few times, it's fine. It is what it is. Unfortunate, but unavoidable. Sometimes you just can't avoid getting attacked. And that's when you just have to accept that attacks happen. Sometimes you get attacked. And if you can't do anything about it, just don't let me listen about it, or listen to it. I'm also a horrible leader. An utterly awful leader. Army. We have modern divisional structures, which gives so many bonuses that it can't even be fitting in this box. Which is probably meaning pick me, pick me, pick me. And that's what we will. War justification, 85 days. Come on, 85 days. We're also at 1919. The end is approaching fairly rapidly. Then to this Victoria 2 series, and then after that we will do another one. I am not worried about the future, so to speak. We always have nice things to throw in. There's so many mods and various things that there will always be something to do in Victoria 2. So, yeah, something will end up happening after this series is completed. Have no fear about that. Also, I'm so close. I think very soon I will start the continuation in Imperium Universalis. It will be really fun too. Essentially, what I'm going to do in regards to series and stuff is simply do what I feel like doing. That seems the easiest. Whatever comes to mind that is like, I really want to do that, let's do it. Why not? Succession of territory in certain places. Acquire state, Languedoc. Will require 100% war score. We will not call in our allies because we don't need them. Let's see if the British join in. They are capable of doing so if they so desire, but they might not desire. We should have those guys ready to join in with this army now too. Oh, it does look like they have managed to get some support. Though not too many. They do have some more men now, which is troublesome. Here we go. Join up. Get together. There we go. Should be able to defeat them fairly handsomely. I say that out loud, hoping it's true. We're the fascist dictatorship, known as the Directorate. The Directorate of the world, someday, might be. Yet we are unable to secure a victory over these dastardly rebels. Why is that? No, it's actually going pretty darn god-awful against the Occitanians over here. That's a lot of losses for just fighting some Occitanians. Maybe now it will go much better. Now we're going better. Now it's fine. Now it's fine. There we have a victory, and now we shall deal the final blow in Macon. There we go. Jacobin rebels have broken Spain. Come on, destroy them. Destroy the Occitanian army. They are resilient, I'll give them that. But now it should be over, right? 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 Seriously, how many times are we gonna have to chase them? There we go, finally. Finally. Alright, the rest of the armies can probably deal with it themselves. It's only a matter of time now before they finally and completely and utterly fall into our prey. Morbihan, was it? Montauban? Morbihan is way over here, isn't it? Maybe, somewhere, I don't know. I can't remember. There. Another army move forward to Thule, capital of Auvergne and the capital of Occitania. Montpellier has fallen. Carcassonne will soon fall too. And they will fall whenever I remember not to sit and wait while the game is paused. How about we stop them in the tracks and just attack them? There we go. And victory? Maybe. There we go. Now a victory will finally be ours. Maybe they will even surrender fairly soon, since no one is coming to their aid. They have lost all of their forces, and there's really nothing they can do. There wasn't nothing they could ever really do. The only thing they could hope for was to, like the massive army they had here, or the big army they had here. If they had inflicted and stalled my troops for long enough, then maybe one of the other ones will be interested enough to help them. That is not the case though. And now the people have risen up. They have realized, the communists have realized that Occitania will fall, and thus they are trying to change the government to something else. Frankfurt am Main is accusing us of things we have never even heard of. We suspect the Nubian Confederation to be behind it. And Japan and Burgundy are forming a really beautiful alliance. Japan, we once invaded you and now you love us. Once upon a time. Now we're actually allied with them. I missed that part. But remember anyone when Burgundy beat the crap out of the Japanese? Yeah. Yeah, the director remembers. Just like that silly farm in American commercials remembers. Pepperidge Farms, there we go. Carcassonne, fall. Per favore. There we go. And move up and defeat the communists. Because if there's anything we hate more than the Occitanians, it's the communists. Occitania is now willing to... White peace, I almost fell for that because I assumed they would go for the actual thing we wanted. And not just white peace. What an insult. And Aragon has decided to invade France again. What for this time? Second Aragonese restoration of order to the Arborean provinces. Next Arborea. Oh, it's these places. All right. I see. They have managed to gotten. Oh, we have a good director this time. Our new great leader is a marvelous statesman. Of course I am. Wait, are we getting the expert diplomat or great statesman? Which of them? Or both? Are we getting both? And where did I see these kind of things? Politics, there we go. Great statesman? At least we got a great statesman, because that's the best one of them. Alright, we have a good director. The old director died, and now we have a new one. They are willing to give up Languedoc, and we accept. We accept their offer. And we have taken over some more land. We have now the Mediterranean coast of what was formerly France, formerly known as France. The artist formerly known as France. We have Carcassonne, we have Rodez, we have Montpellier. We have some really nice places. We can really develop our industry now when it comes to tourism. Our tourism industry is through the roof. We can have people like sunbathe in the Dogger Bank, or along the Dogger Bank, and also along the Gulf of Lyon and Côte d'Azur. No one can really complain. No one can complain. And also now all the Burgundian people can just travel down south through the railroad, and they will be like, you can start here and go whoop, whoop, down, 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 down to either Montpellier or Marseille. Beautiful. Police parade in Anvers. Use the propaganda. Absolutely, we will. We will use the propaganda, and we will use the propaganda in the next episode, because here we will round it off. We have invaded and taken Languedoc finally, and broken France completely. So look, everything is just looking really, really good for us. We are about 15, 16 years away from the end of the world and the end of this playthrough. So let me know what you would prefer, if you have any preference on what to do next now when time is becoming limited. I'm hoping that Nubian Confederation can become strong enough to pose a threat to us, and we can have a final showdown with them at the end of this playthrough as the closing chapter of the whole thing. That could be pretty cool. But anyway, let me know any suggestions you might have regarding that. But until next time, I hope you have a good time, and I will see you then.